Good evening, everyone. Today is our last session of our PERMA week workshop on holistic wellness, and we have Dr. Jayanti ma'am as resource person today. On behalf of the resource person, on behalf of the Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center and Yellow Pond Counseling Center, I welcome you all to today's session on the vitality element of the PERMA week model. So for you all to know about our resource person today, Dr. Jayanti ma'am. She has 7 years of experience in teaching at Arulanandar College, Karamanagar. She is working as a psychologist at the Central Prison, Madurai. And we are very happy to have you here, ma'am. Now I hand over the session to you and welcome you again. Thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. First of all, thank Suresh sir for giving this opportunity. I think this is the third session with him. I'm happy to join with you, but the session is yesterday one, and due to some inconvenience, we are not able to go to the session yesterday. I think you have completed 5 sessions on the PERMA V model. Today is the last session. Now only the 4 will join.
And we had participants from the American College as well, but I don't know, maybe if they had sessions, they are not joining, ma'am. So these are the regular participants we have here.
Okay, madam. Whether they know Tamil or I have to talk in English only.
I think Tamil should be fine with 3 of them, ma'am. Only Sangeeta ma'am should be finding it difficult, but I think you can mix up whenever you're feeling that you want to do.
Okay. I think we can directly go to the session.
We are able to see your sharing, Jayanti ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay, today my session is on vitality. Already we have completed 5 sessions in the PERMA V model. You have completed PERMA. So this is the PERMA. PERMA is given by the psychologist Martin Seligman, who is the forefather of the positive psychology. And recently PERMA V is added, which is given by Emilia Zivotofskaya. So in the PERMA V model, you have seen about the P, positive emotion, E, engagement, R, the relationship, M, meaning, and A, achievement. I think you have the basic idea about the PERMA. And one more element is added, which is vitality. It is based about the physical and the mental health. And basically, they give about the eat, sleep, and move. But I will explain some more component how to make your physical and mental health. So, she is the person who gave about the vitality. That is Emilia. He holds master degree from the University of Pennsylvania in positive psychology, and now working towards PhD in mind body medicine at Saybrook University. Leading voice in the world of positive psychology and science of flourishing, and CEO and founder of the Flourishing Center, and he is doing lot of researches regarding the positive psychology. So first we can see what is vitality. The vitality is derived from the word vita, which means life. So there are lot of synonyms or lot of the words regarding to vitality. The vitality is basically about the life, that is liveliness, what we are doing now. lifeful. And it is the energy in the body which is used for our work and for all things. And it is the spirit, the vital spirit. And it is the fire which burns inside ourselves, the fire which is not outside, which is helpful and which destroys. It is the fire which burns inside to move ourselves forward or backward. The just is also the energy, the dynamism, and so many words are there as another word for the vitality. And vitality is really about the physical health and how we are feeling overall. Without the mental health, we cannot complete the physical health. Both are interrelated. That is, mind and the body is interrelated. Even though vitality is about the physical health, without the mental health, we cannot complete the physical health. So it is about how you are feeling overall. And it is determined by the complex mix of interconnected factors. It is not a single factor, that is the health, physical health. That is how much time we sleep, what type of food we eat, how much de-stress. So it is not a separate one. Each factor is not separated. It is an interconnected, it is an interdependent one. Each one depends on others. The stress may be due to the physical health, stress may be due to the mental health, anything, the stress will affect the overall health. So vitality is determined by the interconnected factors. It is state of being strong and active and the power giving continuous to the life. That is, the vitality is not a single thing. At now I am active, tomorrow I am not active. It is not like that. It is a continuance of life. Each and every day, each and every second, how we are active, how we are strong, and the power to move forward. It is a state of feeling alive and alert. That is what we are doing now. Presence of mind and alert at each and every minute. That is to have energy available to the self. That is each and every minute we are rebirth again and again. As Bharatiyar said, ஒவ்வொரு நொடியும் நாம் புதிதாய் பிறப்போம். Each and every second we are born newly. And it implies an infusion with a positive energy. That is the positive mind, positive vibration, positive emotion, positive light. Each and everything is related to the positive one. It is not like that there is no negativity. Even though there is negativity, how we see it as a positive. That is about the positive energy. And it is about both physically and psychologically. Physically, how we are feeling healthy and capable and energetic. It not only depends upon the age. Since it is, I am very aged, I am not healthy. It is not like that. How you are feeling healthy at that age group. And psychologically, it is a state of aliveness, brings a sense that one's action has meaning and purpose. So what we are doing have a meaning, and our birth has a meaning, it has a purpose. So everything what we are doing will have some meaning and some purpose. So it is about physically and psychologically. And it refers to the feeling of aliveness. Each and every second, if we are, for example, if I am eating, I know that I am eating, what food I am eating. So like that, we have to do whatever fully alive. That is vitality. And it is a process. It is not an end. It is not a meaning. It is a continuous process. As how the plant grows from the seed, like that, our life is also a continuous process. Now today we are seeing about the vitality, and the PERMA V model, the vitality is included later. But from the birth of the man once evolved the vitality. The energy is inside him. So in Chinese philosophy, it is called as a vital life force. Vital means very much important. Without the life force, without the energy, we cannot survive. So vital is very important. And in the Chinese, they called it as Chai, CHY, and this is the symbol. And it is the force that make up and binds together all things in the universe. Each and everything, the plants, animals, everything has some energy. That energy is binded. It is the life force energy known as the joy of being alive or the breath of the life. In Chinese, they have an exercise called the Tai Chi, in which they have the energy, the control, the balance will be there. Both positive, the Chai will be of a both positive and the negative. When there is a balance, our life will be okay. If positivity is high, it is also a problem. If the negativity is high, it is also a problem. So it is balancing both positive and the universe. And in Japan, it is the word for air, Ki. For vitality, they use the word Ki, which is for the air. It entails energy and power on which one can draw and relate to the physical, mental, and the spiritual health. As I told that it is a interrelated, interdependent, each and other things, physical, mental, social, personal, spiritual health, each and everything are interrelated. And it is understood as the life energy. And in Bailey's, they call it as a Bali. It is the Balinese people are an Austronesian ethnic group and nation native to the Indonesian island of Bali. Their culture is a mixture of Hindu-Buddhist religion and Balinese culture, customs. It is perhaps most known for its drama, dance, or sculpture. They use the prana, the energy, or the air as a healing. And they called it as a Bayu. In Chinese, Chai CHY, Japanese Ki. In Balinese, it is a Bayu. And it is a vital, spiritual or life force that varies among individuals. Each and everybody have a different energy, different life force. And represents, that is, the Bayu represents what is needed to live, grow and resist the illness. So in Indian Ocean, it is called as a prana. See, in village sites, when a person died, they casually told us prana has gone, pranan poi vittadu. That is, in Indian culture, they call this as a prana, which is again is a life energy. Without prana, we cannot live. And with prana, we can do anything when we know how to channelize the prana. So this force is called prana in Sanskrit, meaning primary energy. It is called as a breath or the vital force. In Indian culture, it is related to the yoga, the breathing exercises. So these are about the older philosophies, how vitality is called as a life force. And next in Western, what all we have seen is an Eastern philosophy. In Western one, the Freud, Carl Jung, others, they called it as a psychic energy. That is, Western psychodynamic psychologists such as Freud, Jung, Winnicott incorporated the notion of life energy into the theories of mental health and the illness. At the heart of these theories, we have a finite amount of psychic energy, what Freud called as a libido, as you have known about it. And the conflict, the stress, repression, which detract from our energy, which drain the energy. And freeing ourselves from this conflict, allowing greater access to this energy. So why there is decrease in vitality? Do you have any idea about? Participants can respond. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yes. And mainly nowadays, why we are getting tired, why we are getting weird is due to the lifestyle changes,
Right.
job stress, the money worries, the social pressure, poor social connectedness, more knowledge. More knowledge is also a dangerous. We call it as ignorance is a bliss. So more knowledge give tension, lot of distractions, addictions. These are the things I just identify about the decrease in vitality. If you add, you can add some more points also.
Ma'am, having knowledge, it's a good one. Like, it is as long as if the knowledge is handled properly, if it is used properly, it should not give any problem.
Yeah, if you use properly, knowledge is good. If you have excess knowledge, for example, nowadays, if we have a fever or a headache, we immediately go to the Google and search. We can see so many things about the headache or the fever. Then we think and exaggerated our thinking like that. Then we get tense. Like that I am talking about. The knowledge which is good is not a problem. Since we have a lot of messages, it may be a problem.
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
Oh. Shall I move to the next one? And it is continuing. Disturbed sleep or the difficult sleep. It is a main problem nowadays. Food intake, the stress, depression. Depression, it is not a clinical depression. Clinical depression is difficult to treat and we have to go to the doctor. It is something feeling sad, emptiness, no hopelessness, loss in interest in our life, in the world, that lead to depression. The anemic problem also lead to decrease in energy, the thyroid issues, physical ailments, failures, exam failure, love failure, not getting a job, not able to fit into the job. So these are something why our energy get decreased. So we have seen something about how our energy will be drained or go away. Next, we can see how we have to increase the energy. That these things are the main one. The first main thing I will explain some simple exercises or simple things to increase the energy. Whether we are sitting or standing straight, wherever you are sitting, you just sit straight. Have you sit straight? Hello.
இப்பதான் நான் ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா மேடம்.
Okay. Then next, now you are sitting straight. Next, use just to low down your shoulders or sit somewhat down. அதாவது நேரா உட்கார்ந்துருக்கேன்னு சொல்றீங்களா, கொஞ்சம் குனிஞ்சு உட்காருங்க. But simple exercise.
Okay, madam.
Once again, sit straight. Again, the old position.
Okay, madam.
Now sit straight. How do you feel when you sit straight? Do you feel any difference?
நல்லா இருக்கிற மாதிரி.
எப்படி?
பாடி ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்கிற மாதிரி. மென்டலாவும் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இருக்கு.
நல்லா இருக்கு. But what we are doing? Most of the time we are sitting in a correct way or the wrong way.
ஆமாங்க மேடம், கொஞ்சம் குமிச்சு தான் உட்கார்றோம். ஸ்ட்ரைட் பண்ணிக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறது இல்ல.
When we sit straight, the oxygen goes into the brain in excess also. Scientifically, some things are proven when we sit straight. So in this
Okay.
session, please try to sit straight. But it
Okay,
is
madam.
difficult also, since you are practiced like that. Now we can see what are the benefits when we sit straight. And also sitting in the floor with leg fold, it is a one type of asana. Am I correct? But nowadays we are using most of the time the table and the chair. So we are not folding our legs and sit in the floor. Sitting in the floor is mostly we are connected to the earth. That is in Tamil we call it as a Mother Earth, Bhumi Thai. We are closely connected to the earth, but we miss everything. When we sit straight, the back pain will be reduced. But when we start sitting straight, sometimes we feel the back pain or pain in the hip. But when we use step, the back pain will be reduced. Our posture also will be, when you see, it is a good one. And as you told, we feel confident when you sit up or stand straight. It helps you to look stronger, the taller, thinner, and more successful way. And more calories are burned. It is a stronger one, and we can breathe better. You can see the difference when you sit straight, when you slightly bend, you see the difference in the way of breathing. So if the breathing changed, everything will be changed. And improve your memory and brain function. As I told, when we sit straight, the oxygen level goes to the brain will be high. If oxygen level will be high, the brain functions will improve. So the memory, the cognitive functions will be improved. And it boosts your mood also. It reduces the stress. So anytime, any place, possibly sit straight as well as stand straight. And wherever you are able to sit in the floor, please use to sit in the floor with leg folder. It is a best sitting way. And the next will be of a sleeping. Nowadays, the youth and everyone lost the sleeping time. Whether we have a feeling that today I have completed everything, I am going to bed without problem, without any tension. Think of whether we are going to bed freely. It is like a customary one. At 10 o'clock, I have to go to bed. It is not like that. Sleeping is like a one way of meditation. So we have a great feeling that I am great in the bed. You have to enjoy the bed and the sleep. And sleep to wake up means if you have a good sleep in the morning, you will wake up very fresh. And the sleep has many benefits. But nowadays we lost everything. It improves the immune function. Immunity will increases. If you have a good sleep, your emotion will be good. We have seen the positive emotion in the PERMA model, first one. So the positive emotion will be enhanced when we have a good sleep. When we have a good sleep, in the morning, we will be fresh. There is no tension, there is no irritation will be there. So automatically the energy will be increased, the positivity will be increased. So it improves the memory also. Whatever you have in your mind at the time of the sleep, it will go to the subconscious mind. See, in olden days, when we are, I don't know about you, when we are in the child, mother or grandma, they are telling some stories, and mostly it is regarded to the moral stories only. So the stories will go into the subconscious mind. So automatically the moral values will be built up. But without knowing that they do, these are the things. But with knowing, we lost everything. Reduces inflammation. That is within the body. The body cells and everything will be restore to the original position. Maximize athletic performance. If we sleep well, we can do the athletic. We have a better food habits. If you sleep late night, you eat at the improper timings. So this will lead to the poor digestion, then other things. So the sleep will give you the better food habits. It improves physical and mental health, helps to increase concentration and the productivity. Better sleep, better mood. So if you sleep well, you will wake up with fresh and your mood will be good. You are able to do the work. Napping makes you smarter. Napping means that is some half an hour in the afternoon. If you feel very dull, just go for a sleep, half an hour or 15 minutes. It is the nap. And the good sleep reduces stress level and the depression. It helps the body to repair itself. So only the people who are sick, they give the sleeping pills and other things, make them to sleep most of the time. If they sleep well, body automatically repair ourselves. I think you know about the homeostasis. That is, each and everything in our body gets healed automatically. So the sleep will repair the body. Then next thing about how to, for the better sleep, what are the things we have to do? Spend more time outside during the daylight. That is, nowadays, most of the time we are in the room and many time in the offices we are in the AC room. So the sunlight, the exposure will be very low. If the sunlight exposure is good, we have the vitamin D content. So we have to spend more time outside during daylight and reduces blue light exposure in the evening. Till the bed, we are with the cell phone and we just keep it and we sleep. That is a one bad thing for the poor sleep. Reduce irregular or long daytime nap. If you sleep in the afternoon for 2 hours or 3 hours, then we are not able to go to the bed early. So you have to routine yourself. Try to sleep and wake at consistent time. Mostly the sleep time will be of 10, 11 to 4 or 5. If you regularize it, automatically you will go to the bed at 10 or 11 o'clock and you wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock. And you have a deep sleep also. Deep sleep, 5 hours or 6 hours is necessary for the human survival. So you have a consistent time. One day or 2 days, if you are not able to sleep in the night, whole night or the time reduced, it will continue for 1 week. So maximum try to be at time. Then optimize your bedroom environment. Bedroom is for sleep only. But nowadays we do everything in the bedroom. And one thing, we have to switch off the lights. Animals, you see, nowadays also, if at the evening after the sunlight gone, automatically at night it will go to the respective places and take rest. Only human only, they change everything. We are now surviving with the artificial, living with the artificial light. So other animals and everything apart from the human, everything is doing their duty correctly. So the bedroom environment will be good. And rethink your drink. That is coffee, tea, any other drink. Most of the time the people told that I have a problem, so I had a beer, I had alcohol. So whatever you drink at the night, you have to think whether I can take it or not. So rethink your drink. Don't eat late in the evening. That is, nowadays we are eating 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock and heavy foods. So it will not be digested and you feel the heaviness in the body. So don't eat late in the evening. Relax and clear your mind in the evening. Don't put all the problems or all the things in the mind. By thinking, nothing will be happen. Just leave it. Take a relaxing bath or shower. Exercise regularly. And people, At the night after the dinner, they go for exercise. It is not a good one. And deep breathing exercise. If possible, if you practice some relaxation technique when you are in the bed, you have a good sleep, and the sleep will be a very deep one, and morning you feel fresh. I practice this technique relaxation and it is good for me. So only I suggest to you. So these are about the sleep. So first thing I told that you have to sit or stand straight. The next will be the sleep. It resolve most of the problems. The anger, the stress, everything is due to the poor sleep. So try to maintain good sleep. Then next will be a food. Whether nowadays they are eating the food consciously. Most of the time we avoid food by saying that I have no time to eat, and mainly the breakfast. It is like something say we can call this a trend. நான் காலையில சாப்பிட மாட்டேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றதுல வந்து I feel it is a pride. I don't have a breakfast. I have no time to have a breakfast. The breakfast, the meaning will be the whole night we are in the fast, we are not taking the food, we are breaking that fast. That is the breakfast. So food is must necessary for our body. And main thing is what to eat. For everything we have to observe body what it is telling. அதாவது என்னன்னா நம்ம உடம்பு வந்து அதிகமா உடம்பு என்ன சொல்லுது அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம கேட்க ஆரம்பிச்சோம்னாலே இந்த நோய் அப்படிங்கிற விஷயம் வந்து நம்மளை விட்டுட்டு தானா போயிடும். What to eat, you have to choose by yourself. So many dietitians nowadays, so many tips are there in the books and magazines. Anything if you turn, you eat this, it is good, it has protein, it is anything they have given, you have to choose what to eat. Then how to eat is a very, very important one. You have to eat calmly. You can eat with the friends chatting like that. Nowadays, we are eating with the TV on or with the cell phone or any other one. Eating is a type of a meditation. If you take the food in the plate and you have it in the mouth, the timing, the taking the food and when it is eating, it is also a meditation. So you have to careful in how you are eating and the way you are chewing the food. Since the digestion starts in the mouth itself, but it is mixed with the saliva very well. So if you have mixed the food with the saliva, the digestion starts in the mouth and it is a good one also. And if you eat slowly by chewing, the intake also will be low. Our brain, after starting eating, after 20 minutes, our brain automatically said, it's enough, no eating like that. அதாவது நம்ம மூளை என்ன சொல்லும் அப்படின்னா போதும் நீ சாப்பிட்டது அப்படிங்கிறது it itself give indications. So we have to take 20 minutes slowly. You have to eat. Why to eat? That is very important. If I am sick, I have to eat these are the things. If I am tired, what are the things I will avoid? So why I am eating? It is for my body. It is for my goodness. It is for my wellness. So like that, why you have to eat? You have to thank each and everything, then you have to eat. Then when to eat is an important one. Mostly nowadays they have given that morning 8 o'clock you have to eat. Then at 10 o'clock you have to have a soup like that. So when to eat depends upon our body condition. Each and every body is unique. Each and every body have different energy. So when to eat will be decided by ourselves. If we feel hungry, then we have to eat. Otherwise, if we are putting excess into the body, some garbage or something is there. If you put excess, it will be overloaded. So when to eat will be decided by you, and where to eat, the place where to eat. It is not in a dungeon one. We have to sit calmly. So before eating, we have to think what to eat, how to eat, why to eat, when to eat, and where to eat. And if you know the story of the food, we will not waste a single bit of food. So many people are working for the food which is on our plate. And you have to tell the story of the food, the children, if you are working in the school, in the home, everything if you tell, then only they know how much effort given by all for making this food, and they are grateful for the food which is in the plate. If they know the story of the food, they never waste a bit of food, and they are thankful for the food they got. So it is necessary. Then healthy food habit. To have a healthy body weight, you should follow a proper food habit. If we skip the morning food, then we have more snacks. Then your body weight increases. So healthy body weight to feel good about themselves. For example, if you are not having a proper nutritious food, then you feel hungry. The hungriness gives irritation. If some other talk you at that time, you get tensed, you get irritated, you get scolded. So everything will happen next. So the healthy food feel good about yourself and reduces the stress level also. Sometimes when your boss or somebody scold or something, we get lot of tension. At the time, if we have a tumbler of water, automatically you feel relaxed. Like that, the food also reduce the stress level. To have a plenty of energy to be active. To have a good energy, you have to choose what type of food my body needs. It is not what type of food to eat. Think over what type of food your body needs. So that type of food you have to choose, and it increases productivity. See, if you feel healthy physically, mentally, and if you are strong, then automatically you work well. If you work well, yourselves, your productivity, performance increases. If you are working in a place, their performance, the productivity also increases. And the good food to have a stronger muscles and bones, better mood. You will have a good sleep. You have a good food habits, and increases longevity. For example, say in villages, the old age people automatically they are 9500 without any physical complaint, without any mental complaint. They survive happily. It is due to the healthy food habit. Our brain health increases. And it is also the health of the next generation. It is not within you only. It is also the health of the next generation as we reproduce our child. So if we are healthy, then only the child also healthy. The genes transform from us to the child. So we have to go for a healthy food and good for the environment also. That is what is meant by environment, means the culture that some type of food will be cultivated in our place. If we use, if we go for organic, the land will be good. So like that it is good for the environment also. So the third point we have seen will be a food habit. The next will be water. Water means the plain drinking water. If your body will be dehydrated, you feel tired, then you feel sad also. So anytime if you feel thirsty, just go for a plain water. The dehydration, if your water content is very low, you are not urinating properly. If you are not urinating properly, the stones form inside the kidney and it affects our health. The dry skin, the skin will be very dry. Even though if you apply moisturizer, anything, these are all the external agents. We have to check your internal. So you have to, if you dehydrate, the skin will be very dry, the heartbeat rate will increases, some giddiness will be there, some confusion will be there, the blood volume will be low. If we dehydrated, the seizure problem will be there, the kidney problem, muscle cramps. Not everything happened to everybody. Sometimes dehydration is not affected. So what are the things may be affected due to the dehydration? So how to hydrate or rehydrate yourself? So in the morning, you have to drink a glass of water. And it depends upon the people. Some have only 1 glass of water, some have 2 glasses of water, if you are a hot water. So it depends upon everybody. And wherever you go, you carry a water bottle with you. Nowadays, it is a trend that you can buy any place bottle of water and you drink, you just throw it there. It is not a healthy, good habit. So wherever you go, you carry a water bottle. Take water breaks. For example, if you are working a half an hour or 45 minutes, just to get out from the work, go and have some water. Eat your water. That is, eat your water means don't drink water. It is not like that. One proverb is there: eat your water, drink your food. That is, when you take water, you keep it in the mouth, then slowly you have to drink. And not only water, the fruits and vegetables, maximum we have to take the fruits as a raw one, and the vegetables which you can take. For example, pumpkin, cucumber, tomato, like that you can eat raw. Juices, maximum try to avoid juices. If it is not possible, you can have fruit for some, juices for some fruits. So this is the way of rehydrating. Then the next main thing about the body movement. See, I have read in a book that our body needs per day, it has to move 12 miles. It is good for body as well as brain. They told that mainly brain needs 12 miles to walk. So Vanda Scaravelli is a yoga therapist. She told that movement is the song of the body. Don't take so much of risk on moving the body. When you sit and working, 20 minutes, after the 20 minutes, just stretch your body. Like that, just stretch your hands. Stretch your hands like that. Move the hand like that. Then the legs, you stretch your legs. The body, you sit like that. You do like this. You do like this. So like that, simple stretching movements. Each and everything we have to do as a part of the work. Not spending so much time for it. Most of the, it's when you are moving, just to use the stairs to go up or go down. In the office, when you are working, if you need a file or something, you just move to that place and you take the file or the book or anything. If you want to give something to somebody, don't ask call the clerk and give it. Just you move and give it to them. So some form of movement in some ways. So in the home itself, if we are cooking or doing something, just stretch the leg, stretch the head, rotate the head like that. So any type of stretches, any type of movements, and it includes the whole body. Not only I am stretching my hand, stretching my leg, stretching my neck like that. At one time you do some movement. Move more. If we move, the stretch more, what other things will happen? If increases your mood. If you are not able to do exercise or anything or walking or anything, just to do some simple exercise for 10 minutes. Otherwise, Going to the office, you get out one stop before and you walk to the office. 10 minutes of movement is good for health. So lift your mood. And when you move, it reduces stress level also. At the time of tension, just you go for a walk or do something, automatically your tension will be reduced. And you can able to cope up with the stress also. It improved self-esteem. When you are walking or something, you are moving straightly. It feels confident to you. So it improves the self-esteem. In physical accomplishments, I am good. We have the pride that I am good. It boosts self-confidence. It increased satisfaction with oneself. Whatever we are do for ourselves, it should feel happier. It should satisfy ourselves. Then only we are moving to the next one. Body image. Automatically, if you do physical exercises, our body image improve. You have a lot of energy. You have confidence. And also one way it is to prevent and treat several addictions and the unhealthy behaviors. So we have to move wherever, whatever the time permits. And the next will, whether we are breathing in a proper way. We have to rethink. When you are giving the breathing exercise, be told at the time of breathing, hold the hand in your stomach, and when you inhale, the stomach will come out. That is as like when you are blowing the balloon, when you blow air, it will be bigger. But most will do it wrong. They think how the stomach will come out. It will go inside only. We unconsciously doing most of the time. So we should concentrate on our breathing. Whenever the time permits, just inhale and exhale properly. When you are working half an hour once or 1 hour once, you just stop the work, just deeply inhale and exhale. If you inhale, exhale like that, automatically the oxygen level in the brain increases. We are energetic. We can do the work in a better way. So you should make your mind 7 o'clock, I have to breathe. And no separate place is needed. Nothing will be needed. Whatever work you are doing, just stop the work. You breathe 4 or 5 times and you start again. Nobody knows what you are doing. So it is a simple exercise to activate the energy. And the rest we need. Whatever we have a lot of work, our body and mind need some rest. So rest is the time to reflect ourselves. So rest means stop, reflect, and just be with you. The rest also don't see the phone or do something or like that. Rest completely, keep everything. You just sit and you see your body. Listen your things. Do nothing. That is the rest. It is a restorative and supports us to function properly. Some people told that when I am rest, I am watching the movie for the rest time. I am seeing the phone for the rest time. It is not a rest. Rest means completely leave everything and be with you. And also the play. The play means anything fun for you. It is not like a hobby or something in a competitive. It is not like that. Just for play. You can do anything. Just take a paper. Just scribble. Just jump for 2 or 3 times. When you are moving, just jump and touch the cupboard. So these are the things that we do for fun. So adult play or joyful things. It is the time to forget about your work. At the time, nothing thinking about the work or family, anything, and the commitments. And it is an unstructured and a creative way. How the child play. You see how it plays. Just enjoy what the child is doing. Like that way you do. You can play with your friends, you can play with your co-worker, you can play with your child or the pet or anything. The play will increases your creativity, imagination, problem solving skills and everything. So spend some time for play. So rest and play, it clears your head. And the emotional experience will be channelized, our thought process are channelized. And it increases our creativity, innovation. During rest and sleep, our brain is able to process with less influence from the cognitive functions. That is, our thought process will be reduced. So thought process will be reduced means later we can think well. So rest is a restorative. That is, give back to the same thing. That is the rest. Then it is a mindfulness. And nowadays they are speaking much about mindfulness. But in our Tamil literature, there are many things about the mindfulness. What we are doing, you have to alive. Now you are listening the class. I am listening the class. Nothing in your mind. Don't think about that. What my father will be, what my mother is doing. Time is over. Nothing. Just listening the class. What you are aware of doing is the mindfulness. So mindfulness, if you improves the concentration. If you think or know what you are doing, your concentration will be on that place only. If you are concentrate on that place or anywhere, you can perform well. So mindfulness. The next, honor your promises. You told that your friend that I will come at 6 o'clock in the evening. If you say like that, you have to keep and maintain it. If for your child, if you get good mark, I will purchase a gift a book for you. You have to keep up the promises. If you told to your boss, I will complete the work by 2 days. If you are not able to complete it by 2 days, you have to explain. If you are not able to keep our promises, you feel guilty. So the guiltiness will keep moving to the next stress or depression or confusion, like that. It will continue. So maximum try to keep your promises. Otherwise, don't give any promise. Then the learning. Be happy that I am still learning at any age. And the learning gives, it try to develop a new skill. One period we are in the school learning, the college learning, the workplace we learn. Then after that, we learn by ourselves. That is the self-taught study. And learning will be anything, a game or a drawing or a music, anything, a cooking. So whatever gives pressure, try to learn something. Since when we are learning, our brain will be active most of the time. And nowadays, the technology is a big demanding one. So try to learn the new technology. And it acquires new knowledge also. So lifelong learning improves your self-confidence. And if we learn many things, we are able to mingle with others, we contribute to others, we can move on with any group of people, it gives confidence. It improves your self-motivation and no boredom. Nowadays, after retirement, most of the people don't know what to do like that. If you keep on learning, automatically there is no boredom and your brain will be healthy, mind will be sharp, and you recognize your personal strength and the goals, practical life skills. You are a model for your children. If you learn something newly, automatically your children also, they get along your pathway. The effect is called the priming in psychology. The learn for the leisure time, you can sleep more soundly, stay healthy. So don't stop learning. It is anything, not only the books you have to read. You can hear audio with learning. You can learn tailoring. Anything you can learn. And you have to cultivate a community, friendship. And the workplace, you can have some group. In the family, you have some close relations. So like that, you have to cultivate community for yourself. The communities, you can share the lessons. For example, in a workplace, if you have a team or something, you can gain more knowledge from that people, and also you can share knowledge also. You can get support from that one. Lot of resources you can get from the community. You can get advice. You can get more contacts. You are inspired, motivated by the community. Lot of opportunities for the personal improvement and the professional improvement. You can have fun also. Don't think about all the things in so strictly like that. I have to learn something. I have to get information. I need some message. Sometimes we need fun. So we have to move for fun also. So the community have to give support, the development as well as the fun. The next will be of how more we are with the nature, we are energetically. See olden days how the people are energetic and live for a long time. They go, for example, when they wake up in the morning, they have to move some other place for the excretion. They have to walk 1 mile or 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer for the excretion. Then for some coffee or tea, they have to move some other place. For the work, they walk and they reach the place. They work under the sunlight. Then they return. Most of the time, they veranda, they sleep like that. They take bath in the pond or the river, wherever that place. They enjoy the nature. In young days, we just play with the mud and the clay like that. So the connecting with the nature gives more energy. If you are not able to do anything, just when you wake up in the morning, open the window, breathe the cool breeze and relax. At the night, just look at the sky, enjoy the star, enjoy the moon like that. The sunrise, sunset, you just enjoy. Sometimes just to see the sky and enjoy the crow or anything, any birds flying like that. Whatever is possible, you do. Not everything you have to do. Whatever possible, you do. So main thing with the nature is you can absorb vitamin D better at the time of morning, in the evening. Nowadays, we lost in olden days when the child, after the birth of the child, they keep the child in the upstairs under the sunlight to get the vitamin D. No food can supplement for the vitamin D. So vitamin D you get from the nature and you reduce stress. So lot of the things will be there. When you are moving the mountain, you have the smell of the leaves, the smell of the flowers. At the time of the raining, the smell will be there. You can enjoy it. When it is raining, just open the door or sit near the window, just enjoy the rain, have a coffee. So these are the things which makes us better. Then silence. Very, very important thing for our life. Silence, sounds means silence gives a lot of energy. Nowadays, we are working or thinking or doing something, watching TV, watching something. Regularly, just 10 or 15 minutes. It is the time for yourself. Be calm. No talking with others. Do nothing. Just analyze yourself. Silence means the inner thought also should be reduced. So if you keep silence, it stimulates brain growth, more relaxing to body and mind. You are able to focus better, and the cognitive resources you can restore. You feel calm. It will help to work through trauma and the disappointment. These are some research findings. So everyone should make yourself calm for some time regularly. And these are the things we have seen how to boost up the energy. That is stand straight, sit straight, sleep time, food, water. Then we have seen the go with the nature, the mindfulness, like that. So many things we have seen how to boost our energy. Then avoid quick fix means, see, for example, if you feel tired, that means your body told that you need some rest. You have to relax. But what we do? We go have a coffee or a tea, then we start our working. If you are tension with smoke, if you have a problem, if I am having a beer, if I am having alcohol, my problem will be solved. So these are quick fixes means at that time you can just push the thing. If I am stressed, so many reasons for that stress. If I have a coffee, I feel little relaxed. அதாவது கொஞ்ச நேரம் என்ன பண்றோம், அந்த ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஸையோ டென்ஷனோ தள்ளி வைக்கும். ஸோ குவிக் ஃபிக்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிற விஷயம் என்ன அப்படின்னா, எதுக்குனால நம்மளுக்கு டயர்டா இருக்கு அதெல்லாம் யோசிக்காம அப்படிங்கிறத விட அந்த நேரம் என்ன செய்யறது அப்படிங்கிறது தான் குவிக் ஃபிக்ஸ். யூ ஜஸ்ட் ட்ரை டு ஃபைண்ட் அவுட் வாட் ஆர் த குவிக் ஃபிக்ஸ் யூ ஆர் யூசிங் டு ஓவர்கம் இட். If you feel tired, just sit, close your eyes, breathe for 2 to 3 minutes like that. It helps to cope up with the tiredness for some time. If you have coffee, it again adds tiredness to the body. So try to find out the quick fixes which you try to avoid. Next, I told a lot of things to energize your body. But without knowing why I am tired, why I have feel low energy, why I am drained, you cannot increase the energy level. For example, I have a body pain. It may be due to lot of work. Otherwise, I fell down at some place. So I have a body pain. That stress, I have a body pain. So without knowing the reason of the body pain, somebody told that you are not having a healthy food, you are not having a good sleep. So if when I am tired, I am in the stress, at the time of stress, if I eat in excess. And mostly when you feel tired or stress, you go for a more sugar food. So it increases my weight. So you try to find out why your energy is released. This is the energy leak, where your energy gone. For example, myself, I have a leg pain in the left leg knee. I have pain for some 10 days or like that. Without knowing that I have tablet, some simple exercise, some movement, but it is not pure. But after one place I'm attending a workshop, they just a body exercise. In that body exercise, they asked to visualize reflect the body where the pain it is. So after the exercise, I realized that the stress will be locked in the knee. So if the stress is removed, automatically the leg pain will be removed. So anytime if I feel leg in the left knee, immediately I try to analyze myself, whether I am getting angry, whether I am tired, whether I am stressed. What is the reason for the stress? If I relax and overcome the cope of the stress, automatically the pain will go away. So you have to find out your energy leaks, not others. Everyone have some other leaks. So find out the leaks, and based on that only you have to plan what to do to increase my energy. So basic thing will be you have to find out the energy leaks. The Professor Hyde is a social psychologist, and his main area of psychology of morality and moral emotions, he gave some tips to increase the energy. The exercise designed by the psychologist. Do something because you want to do it, not because you have to do it. Many things we have to do that we cannot avoid, but allot some time and you enjoy what you want to do. If you are interested in drawing, just daily 10 hours or 15 minutes, just take a paper, color it or draw something. So that is what is your wish. Get a good night's sleep, eat a good breakfast to yourself, more energy during the day. The night sleep and good breakfast gives energy whole day. Do something physically vigorous in the morning. That is walking, running, swimming, whatever your wish, not by others' compulsion. Some like walking and walking in the free air. Some are interested in the yoga. So whatever you are interested. Get out of your way to become more involved in the organization. Wherever, whatever work doing, you involve more. Then find your passion. Sometimes our work and our passion are completely different. If you are not able to come out of the work, try to change your attitude and work well, as well as spend some time for your passion. So these are the 5 exercises designed by the psychologist. Then next is one study. That the study is then the international conference. That is a Susan Hus. She's a lady, and one 95 years old man is highly well fit everything. After that, she tried to launch her own personal vitality challenge, more or less like to related to the PERMA-V model, to rebuild her fitness routine and well-being. So in 2016, he listed out 15 new fitness activities, as well as long forgotten one. In olden days, we wish to do something. So everything she planned out some activities, 50 activities over 12 months. And the next 2017, he accomplished her goal. Along the way, inspired many others, reboot their vitality and exercise routines and improve their well-being. First, he tried it by herself, and based on the result, he inspired others to do the vitality model. So high or low level of well-being, we can perform better at work, have more satisfying relationship, immune system will be good, better physical health, mental health, cardiovascular will be good, low sleeping problem, low level of burnout, greater self-control, better self-regulation. We have low stress, depression, anxiety, like that. So as Susan has take out a vitality challenge, try to make a list for yourself. Launch your challenge by trying a new activity of your choice. Don't think that I have no time, what can I do like that? In the regular work, you have to do like that. See, for example, when you wake up in the morning, just relax in your bed. It is a one relaxing activity, just to pray to God. It is a type of a meditation or focusing something. Then get out from the bed, open the window, breathe the cool breeze. It is your connecting with the nature. You do your work, washing or cleaning, you do your work. It is a type of a exercise. If possible, try to prepare food also. It is also a one type of a meditation, one type of a work, one type of a fun, like that. And if you prepare for yourself, it gives happiness also. And don't cut the breakfast. Have the breakfast. Sit calmly and eat. You have a good food with a calm mind. Then moving to the workplace. In moving to the workplace, just you try to walk, or you can go by bus or anything. And when you are sitting in the workplace, or if you are going to the college or some other thing, just sit, breathe, relax. You tell to yourself, today I do my work properly. Then start working. If you need anything, you just move and get the things. Half an hour once, just have a glass of water. 1 hour once, just stop your work, breathe, and again start your work. Then have a lunch with your friends or co-workers. Just relax and enjoy the food, whatever you are having. So just grateful or thanks to the food that is on your plate. Then have your food. Just relax for 5 minutes wherever you are there. Then start your work once again in the evening. Then come to the home. Spend some time with your family members. Have fun with them. Have dinner with everyone. Spend some time for your work, for example, the coloring or anything, for yourself. Then you rest. If you go to the bed on the correct time, you once again you wake on the correct time. If you have no time to walk or anything, half an hour is essential. No other place. Just to go to the upstairs in the evening, 6:30 or 7 o'clock. You can walk. It is the exercise to the body. You can have a clean air to breathe. So breathing will be good. You can enjoy the nature. At the night, you can see the stars, the moon. Sometimes the trees, everything will be there. So you can enjoy. If you can listen the music, it will try to relax yourself. Don't say, I have no time to do this, do this. You have to fit everything into the daily routine. Then automatically it will be a routine and you can have more energy, you can enjoy the life. From today onwards, just try to list out what are the things you have missed, how I can include in my life. And as Sushant's do, make a list of things for a 1 year, try it as a challenge and have a better life. And people with vitality overflow with that special something they are having. Everybody know about the Hawkins. Nothing, only some muscles in the cheek will be moving. With that muscles, he do wonders and wonders. We cannot imagine. If we have simple headache, immediately what we told. I have headache, I am not able to do that work. What is the headache like that? We list out the complaints. Don't go like that. Just whatever you are having, move with it. Shanta ma'am, the Cancer Institute, when the institute is started, they have 1 or 2 rooms only. At night, after everything, everybody go on to the bed, she just sleep under the patient's bed. So like that only, she slowly developing the Cancer Institute. Just Adayar, it is for a banyan tree, it is like a banyan. So whatever special you are having, just move on to that one. So thank you. This is what I tried to just simply explain, and most of the exercises what I practice only I tell to you. You try to take it as a challenge, and this is the last class. You have 6 days, lot of experiences. Try to inculcate and try to have a good result. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayanti ma'am. It was a wonderful presentation. And you have got a feedback from one of our participants here. A simple yet holistic presentation covered all areas of vitality in a systematic, logical, and balanced manner, aesthetically designed. So starting from bird watching to bedtime routines, ma'am, you have covered all aspects of our lives. and you have insisted how vitality is important for anybody to keep going. So thank you very much for your wonderful alignment of the thoughts and your experiences, ma'am. Now I request the participants to discuss with ma'am on any doubts or share your experiences or give your feedback on this session today.
I just wanted to ask one thing.
Asante.
Hello, I am audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Ma'am, actually, first of all, I just wanted to say you thank you. It was a wonderful session, and you covered a small, I think every aspect you covered very well. And I'm also thinking while taking my counseling sessions and with clients or in my personal life for self-grooming. But one thing which is always hit me in my mind, the pushing ourselves is little difficult sometimes. For example, as you said, ki give a challenge yourself, but sometimes it's difficult. So what is your takeaway for this?
When I start something newly, don't think that I walk for half an hour, I walk for 1 hour. Anything you start slowly, bit by bit. Many habits, a book is there also. Just when you start walking, you plan 5 minutes today, I will walk. Then 7 minutes the next day. Then the 10 minutes like that. If you start the Newton's first law, what it told that when you move, then automatically we will be moving. It is difficult to stop. So starting will be the problem. If you think tomorrow morning, surely I go for a walk for 1 hour, then morning itself you have a feeling that 1 hour, whether I can do it or not, okay, I will postpone to the next day. Don't do like that. Start by a bit by bit, then slowly you add it. It will be easier for you. Lot of self-motivation is needed. Sometimes you told to your friend that from tomorrow onwards I want to go for walking. If you tell to some others, for that also we do. So like that also we can do. Is it okay, ma'am?
Yeah, true. Thank you. Thanks a lot. That's only I'm just thoughting about every day. I'm challenging myself and sometimes will not fulfill. So
Bit by
as
bit,
you said,
you
slowly
start.
and gradually we have to be increased. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So Lokshana ma'am, Muthu sir, do you want to ask or say something about today's session? You're most welcome.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. It is a wonderful session. It took us holistic approach of how to lead a balanced and healthy life. Really enjoyed this presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. But you have to practice. That is the main thing. Not only enjoying the session.
That's true, ma'am. That is why the PPT is being forwarded by Dr. Chandra. So what I'm planning is next few days I'll be planning is to make a list what all changes I need to bring in my personal life and how to help my family members also in this. Thank you very much. It was wonderful.
Sure, you do. Thank you.
Jayanti ma'am, it was so kind of you, and I thank you so much on behalf of Suresh Kumar sir and also our team for your valuable time, ma'am. Personally, I had lots of learnings from your session, and living here in the UK, it's totally different from what used to be when we were in India, ma'am. So even to kids, they are creating more awareness about bird watching, preparing bird feeds,
Yes.
and a lot of aesthetic and expressive art therapy is being taught at schools here, ma'am. So it is an advantage that I'm taking to learn from my own kids. And today you have also given a lot of insights about how to make it holistically, useful and how to live a good life. Thank you so much, Jayanti ma'am. And we wish to have more sessions with you in the future. And I thank all the participants over here for being with us in this workshop and choosing to attend this one. Hope it was useful to you. kindly come up with your feedbacks for the resource person and also for the sessions that we had, and that will help us to improve a lot in the future as well. So thank you so much, and stay with us and keep supporting. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
And one request to Dr. Chandra. Any such program, please intimate us so we might be able to join. Really, it took us in a very good direction, a good feeling for the last 2 weeks.
So glad to know, sir. When you are in the group, you are always in the loop. We will not miss you anytime. So we'll keep you informing about the sessions or the workshops that we keep organizing. I hope you are with us for the webinars as well, isn't it, sir? Are you attending
I'm
the
not aware of.
webinars that? Oh, you were not aware of. I'm sorry. I'm surprised also because
No,
we
I
have
came to
crossed
know about
over.
Perma-V only.
370 something it crossed.
It's going to be 370 soon. We have crossed 65 sessions, and I think today's is. And sir, I'll join you in the group. Sir, I'll ask Suresh Kumar sir to add you in the group.
Okay.
So this webinar series is happening. I'll tell you in short. This webinar series is happening since April 14th of the last year, 2020, and every day Indian time between 6:30 and 7:30, we have resource persons who are talking on different topics of aspects towards mental health.
It's wonderful. That, like, it will be very useful.
I see that Sangeeta ma'am and Salokshana ma'am are a part of it. I thought you were also. I'm sorry if I have not noticed you there. So,
Not an issue, because I came to know about the Perma-V also very late only. So
better now than never, sir. So I'll just join you in the loop and we'll keep you updated about it. So thank you, sir. Thank you for the nice feedback. And please feel free to tell us in what ways we have to improve and what do you expect from us to keep it more fruitful. And let us make an enjoyable journey together. Thank you very much.
sure,
Thank you,
Dr.
Jayanti
Chandra.
ma'am.
Thank you.
And Jayanti ma'am is regularly attending the webinars in spite of her busy schedules. I'm seeing her also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
See you sometime soon, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sure, ma'am. Some other session we can meet.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.